Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. This evening I'm going to be doing yet another movie review. This movie is a horror comedy from Belgium, Dutch language, English subs, released in the year 2019, directed by Lars Damoso, and this film is called Yummy. So Yummy is set in an unnamed European country, Eastern European country. You've got a Belgian family, a main character, her partner and her mother, that are travelling to a clinic, a very shady clinic, but a clinic that is known to get results for breast reductions. So the mother and the main character aren't very happy with the way they look, and so this is a clinic where they think they're going to get the best results, but when they get there they realise that it's a very dirty clinic. It's a clinic where the doctors are very eccentric, but they're there, and so they think as though, well, they have to follow through with it. So when they get there, they're told what's going on. They don't follow normal procedures, and so that does raise some alarm bells, but again, they feel as though they've basically got no other option. And so when they get there, they go under the knife. But unfortunately for them, the shady actions of these clinic workers has unleashed a horde of the undead upon everybody who is inside the clinic. And so this clinic is going to turn into a battleground for survival. And whether or not these main characters can get out alive is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Yummy. After looking at the title of the film and actually seeing the trailer, I thought this is a zombie movie that I'm going to absolutely hate. Is that it was a movie that's not taking itself seriously, and so that can be a red flag. Is that horror is definitely an avenue for very lazy filmmaking lately, especially in the modern horror world. Basically films that they say the film that is so bad that it's good, and that to me is ridiculous. Is that it's just an avenue for lazy filmmaking. Is that okay? If you pick out the negatives to a film, you can just say, well, I wasn't really trying, to make it a serious movie. So I definitely think that is a get out of jail free card, is that it's so bad it's good. I just don't really subscribe to that belief. And so I thought Yummy, based on the title and overall seeing the trailer, I thought, okay, well, is it going to be one of these films? But the reason why I wanted to check it out is that it is a European horror film, a horror comedy, and they have worked recently. But again, as I said, that avenue for lazy filmmaking was a red flag and did cast slight hesitations coming into this experience. But I will say, after watching the film, it was so much better than I thought it would be. And it was the simple fact that it was so self-aware. This is a movie that doesn't rely on character development, so it's not sidetracking itself. It doesn't feel like there are moments that are lagging. It doesn't feel like it was just stagnant. It didn't feel as though the continuity was ruined through side elements that didn't belong. So this film had a very solid plan. It wanted to be a nostalgic throwback to 1980s horror, where it was all about great gore effects and really funny character developments. And this is exactly what Yummy produces. This is a silly title and it's a silly film, but it's done in a way where it's pure popcorn. And this is everything that 1980s horror was all about. And Yummy really understands that. And so if you are a fan of 1980s horror, if you are a fan of practical gore effects, then I definitely think you're going to like this film. And so it's an added bonus to see that this was a very funny movie. The characters, the script was very witty, so there were exchanges between characters that were funny. There was slapstick humour that was thrown in there that was also funny. And as I said, the gore is so over the top that you're actually going to laugh at the gore effects as well. And so this is a movie that's not so bad that it's good, that rubbish sort of tagline. This is a film that is supposed to be lighthearted, is supposed to be caricature, and that caricature sort of cartoonish violence is intensified through the very vibrant colouring. This almost feels like a cartoon world, and straight from the start you know exactly what the kind of film is going to be. And so it's the very consistent tone, very consistent sort of fluency in the film, and just wants to be a fast-paced action sort of zombie horror comedy that has great gore effects and just some really funny moments that I thought was very surprising. Is because I didn't really hear anything about this film, and so I was just going into it expecting a really crappy time, but I come away from it really impressed by what I got. It was really good to see Eric Godin in this film. He is a veteran actor in Belgian horror, and so this is a film that it was good to see him as the main doctor, and I thought he was welcome addition. And just the shady ongoings inside this clinic, it plays on the stereotype of Eastern Europeans, which is something I liked. Is that you can say it's offensive, but that's what stereotypes are supposed to be. And using a stereotype in a horror comedy, I think it really fits. And so, as I said, the gore is great. There are scary moments. The makeup is fantastic. And so, if you want a horror film that's a popcorn horror film, that's a nostalgic 80s gore fest, then Yummy is definitely for you. I absolutely love the ending. I just thought the ending was just icing on the cake. Is that I thought I was like, okay, well, the movie's finished now, but then it goes that extra step to really cap it off. And I love the way it finished. I just thought it was actually quite funny in a very, very dark way. And so that was just definitely a movie that I'm really, really glad I took the time to watch. You know, as I said, the title is going to be very off-putting, but pushing that title aside, I definitely think the title is very appropriate for the overall experience you're going to get. But give it the time of day, because you're going to come away from it really liking it. I really liked it, and I'm so glad I watched it, and I'm definitely going to watch it on repeat viewings, because it just has that replay value just in the sheer fun that is intensified through the visuals, the script, and the gore. So if it sounds like your kind of thing and you're a fan of zombie horror comedies, Yummy gets it right, and so for that I'm going to give this film 3.5 stars. Alright guys, that's it for my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later.